I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Wednesday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Quickly want to say thank you to Sona Fashions in Tamale for my outfit. Sona Fashions, they sew everything. You can reach them on 0246 590 162. That's 0246 590 162. And they deliver across the world. So it doesn't matter where you are. You can just send your measurements or send a photo. They would, look at it and then sew something nice for you. 0246 590 162. I also want to say thank you to Pastor Jiman of Alpha Hour. I'm told that I got this a few weeks ago. I just got it yesterday. Sent me 5 books or 6 books and then an Alpha Hour t-shirt. So the Alpha Hour loves Johnny's Bite as well. And we love Alpha Hour right back. So Pastor Jiman, thank you very much. Your gift is here. 5 books. We'll read them and then see. I've seen the God Factor, Prophets, I've seen all of those books out. I'll read them and then we'll see what comes out of it. This morning, I want to start us on the scorecard level. Yesterday, I told you that the Kojo Ashon Otuple Road is being done. Well, quickly show me those pictures because I want to prove to you that there's work that's ongoing and we don't just stand here to talk. You may dislike what we say, you may dislike us. It's okay, but once it gets the work going and we are not stepping on any toes for the wrong reasons, we are okay. So that's it. It's been blocked and hopefully in the next week and half, it will be done because we're told that it will last for 2 weeks. It started last Saturday. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then we begin another week. Maybe, hopefully, by that time, next 2 weeks, Saturday, we should be fine so that the people in Kojo Ashon can also have it. I'm sure that when we finish with this, the people in Kojo Ashon will themselves become their own police, where they will make sure that they will guard the place so that big trucks do not come to disturb their peace and also disturb the nice flow that they would have on that road. Now, yesterday, the New Patriotic Party outdoored its running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. And don't worry, my friends at HeFRA, we'll come to HeFRA. We'll come to HeFRA before we end today's edition. But let's talk about Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Here's a medical doctor, a dentist, a politician. Some will say he's a consummate politician. Others will say he is not a consummate politician. Some will say he is the perfect pair of hands to partner Dr. Baumia to achieve and break the 8. Some say he is not. I mean, people will look at his academic credentials and you look at it, brilliant academic credentials, right? Brilliant. Then you look at what he has done in his life prior to becoming a politician, excellent. But then people are raising questions about him being a politician and how he goes about his politics sometimes, not all of the time. And yesterday was a case in point. And yesterday I put up this on social media and I asked the question, is Napo the charm or the magic wand of the NPP to break the 8? And here I'm not just talking about people who are of NPP ancestry who would want to vote for Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. I'm talking about people who are the floating voters and people who are yet undecided of which party they belong to and even yet to hear the manifestos. When they see Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh together with Dr. Baumia, does it make them want to vote for the NPP to break the 8? That's what I meant when I said, does he have the charm and the magic wand to break the 8? Yesterday, he was outdoored. It was a packed, beautiful event. Come to me. It was a very beautiful event. No debate about that. Royalty were there. The creme de la creme of the NPP were there. I mean, everybody who mattered was there yesterday while Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh was being outdoor. Amazing, colorful event if you ask me. I didn't like the way the stage was choked anyway. I mean, everybody wanted to be on the stage for them to be seen. It's okay, politicians like eye service. But yesterday, the event was a beautiful one. No debate about that. The only takeaway is when Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh started speaking. A few minutes after His Royal Majesty and the chiefs had advised him, then he started speaking. You see, there's something about your character. It is like pregnancy. You can decide to hide it for a very long time. It won't go away. It will always find a way to come out. And I hope that what I'm saying will not be dismissed as usual, that I will leave that boy. Because I've said so many things here that if the government in power had just spent a little time to listen to me, things may not have gotten that bad. Because sometimes you speak, it takes 8 months, 1 year, before they come fixing what you spoke about, by which time the thing, it passed already, spoiled. So maybe they listen now, because you have just about 4 or 5 months to the main election. It is not out of nothing that people say Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh is arrogant. It's not out of nothing. As educated people, we know what the definition of confidence is, what the definition of assertiveness is, and what the definition of arrogance is. We know. So when everybody starts saying that somebody is arrogant, it doesn't lie in the mouth of one person to say, you are not arrogant, and that's it. No. Go back to when President Akufo-Addo was candidate Akufo-Addo. It took him more than 12 years to fight off the tag that had been put on him, because with the benefit of power, we have seen how he talks to chiefs with his left hand and his bodyguard with his left hand, asking them to get up to greet him. The same thing that Ghanaians feared then, which prevented them from voting for him for 3 times. He tried in 2008, it didn't work. He tried in 2012, it didn't work. It worked in 2016 after he was rebranded. The Nimufri, incorruptible, all those things were said. Even the photo you had, go back to the 2008 photo. He wasn't smiling in the photo. 2016, they made him smile. The rebranding took a very long time. Unfortunately for Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, he doesn't have a very long time, because it took a very long time for him to be announced. Let's listen to Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh. Let's listen to him. Right after the chiefs advised him.
Monsieur Fils 1957, Bakana, Mofamo Kwame Nkrumah no, Mofamo Obia di wa abedi mampanya, wa boga na ho ban, e de Ghana kola nim, China na do dankwa Akufo-Addo. Monsieur Fils 1957, Bakana, Mofamo Kwame Nkrumah no, Mofamo Obia di wa abedi mampanya, wa boga na ho ban, e de Ghana kola nim, China na do dankwa Akufo-Addo.
So that was Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, just a few minutes after the chiefs had advised him. And then, I don't speak Twi very well, but somebody explained to me in Ga and Fante. And then I said, but why would he say a thing like that? That Mo Kwame Nkrumah, no, that's your Kwame Nkrumah, na kanye Kwame Nkrumah. That's your Kwame Nkrumah. That's your so-called Kwame Nkrumah. Nye Kwame Nkrumah, Mo Kwame Nkrumah, no. And he's a royal. He understands the weight of words and how to string words together to make beautiful sentences. So that level of disrespect slapped on Kwame Nkrumah. And it's sad. His handlers would have to look at this. You living Napo, alive and well, were adored yesterday at a very beautiful ceremony to partner Dr. Bawumia, and you ended up with your utterances to make a dead Kwame Nkrumah trend more than you, the living Napo, who is contesting for elections. Kwame Nkrumah, he has finished his own. Oh, give me Kwame Nkrumah's record, the factories and the things that he built. You ended up making Kwame Nkrumah trend, and Kwame Nkrumah is not running for any election. You made him trend. Because you wanted to massage the ego of President Akufo-Addo. And that is what you have done to him since day one. You have massaged his ego, even trying to annex Kwame Nkrumah's accolade showboy for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But it is not working. Because the showboy, it not be word. The showboy, it be your actions.
Yeah, 92.7.
Stop massaging Nana Addo's ego. Maybe that will let him know that he has lost touch with the people. Look at the secondary schools. Look at the factories. Look at the industries. Look at the things that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, just within the period that he was president from 1957 to 1966, built. And compare that to what we have been fed with. To the point that you saw Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was spited, Professor Abrefa Buzia was spited, Nana Addo's own father was spited, and he didn't care because if he is getting the praise and his father gets insulted, he doesn't care. Dr. Buzia was spited, President Rawlings was spited, President Kufuor was spited, President Atta Mills was spited, and President John Mahama was spited, just to make Akufo-Addo look good. I mean, how do you massage one man's ego to the point of even disrespecting your ancestors? Even within the MPP, you know that when it comes to achievements, President Akufo-Addo comes nowhere close to the Venerable Kufuor. He's called the Venerable Kufuor for a reason. The gentle jack. This national ID card thing that you were talking about, sir, who started it? The national ID card thing that you are talking about, who started it? Who birthed the idea? The NHIS that you go around campaign platform talking about is who birthed it? The school feeding program that you go about talking about, who birthed it? Who started the whole thing? Who started it? Let's be careful, though. And he will not be the first person I've heard saying some of these things. No. I've heard so many other people say these things. Trying to compare Nana Addo and trying to make him the best. And we know, put the records down. From President Nkrumah all the way down to John Dramani Mahama. President Nkrumah all the way down to John Dramani Mahama. Let's check how much was borrowed. And then let's check how much Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo with Dr. Baumia and Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh as a cabinet minister, how much they themselves alone within 8 years have borrowed. And what do we have to show for how much we have borrowed? Kwame Nkrumah did not impose e-levy on the people. Though. But if you go to Tema right now, you see the harbor. If we decide to block the Tema motorway now, you see the chaos that will happen. It's Kwame Nkrumah. If we decide to block Kotoka right now, you see the chaos that will happen, Kotoka International Airport. There are so many of them. Look, I don't have time to list them. If Kwame Nkrumah had not set up these things, some of your people would not have found jobs to do. How many industries has Nana Addo set on his own, apart from going to pick people's factories to repaint them and rename them? And to rename universities that he did not build. So how dare you in any way compare Nana Addo to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah? He doesn't even come close. In the Fourth Republic alone, his credentials will show that he has failed. And if you want to whip up the base, that is not the best way to whip up the base. Because you cannot whip up the base of your party and try and disintegrate every other sector of your support base. There are floating voters who are discerning. When you get overexcited, tone down, be calming down. Yesterday I told your people, calm down, calm down. You were overexcited yesterday, obviously.
92.
And I said the takeaway that you should have is that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is dead and gone. He is not standing for an election. But yesterday you made him trend much more than you who is standing for the election. You should be worried. Any political strategies or political marketing strategies worth his salt. Not those people who come and gather around you to say, Honorable Yomo, Honorable Yomo, Yomo. They are lying to you. That's the same thing they have been doing to President Akufo-Addo. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. You don't have too much time, unfortunately. And now that you don't have too much time, you ought to be very careful with your utterances. It is not for any reason that people say you are arrogant. If you are arrogant, I'm sure you know. I have not interacted with you too many times. I've interviewed you only once. Only once. Do not be fooled by this fanful support and fanful. Most of the people who were standing behind you yesterday were only standing there for you to see them in the video so that in future, in case you win, they will bring those videos to you and say, they are looking for appointments and contracts. They are not looking for your well-being. And the MPP is not only dependent on the Ashanti region votes. Mind you, even in the best days of President Kufuor, he didn't get the 85 and 90% that you people are quoting. In the best days of President Kufuor, he didn't get that. So slow down, pipe down, pipe down. Boss, take me to HeFRA. There's a petition. And yesterday, after I spoke about HeFRA, I spoke about HeFRA on Monday. I spoke about HeFRA on Tuesday. Yesterday, I'm told that there was an emergency meeting at the headquarters of HeFRA. I got my eyes on you, man. There's an emergency meeting at HeFRA. Dr. Bano is there. Did you know that Dr. Bano contested for MPP's primaries when Honorable Baswa died? Did you know? The HeFRA boss, did you know that he contested? You didn't know. And that we're told that he was disqualified based on, dual citizenship like the Jachi Kwesi matter. Oh, you didn't know? I'm telling you. Well, he has to go home on the 17th of July. And the fact that an emergency meeting was had yesterday and people were threatened at the meeting that anybody who is seen connecting with the press, particularly me, will be sacked and dealt with. These are the kind of things I like. If you don't know, ask Kofi Juma of Gihok and ask the people at Valco. I like to hear those things. It gingers me to get to dig some more. And I'm telling you that the kind of digging I've done already, I'm not now coming to dig. So slow down, sit down and watch the show. You will enjoy it. The director of admin was there, director of finance was there, director of operations was there, director of HR, director of training. They were all there. All of you were there in that meeting. It was an emergency meeting. And all of you directors know that the man is supposed to be on leave prior to retirement. Why did you allow him to allegibam you in that meeting, to chair that meeting? He's not supposed to be there. He's behaving like Dr. Bonaventure Benedict allegibam. And that is their style. They like to intimidate people. There's one I'm following up at the National Labour Commission. They are intimidating a breastfeeding mother from Gihok. As long as I live and as long as I have breath, those injustices will never happen. Look, this is just a part of the report. Go take me to where the letterhead starts. Let's read it. There's a lady who went to a hospital in the Ashanti region. She went to have a cesarean section. Her womb was taken out without her permission. Because when they had a cesarean section, they left some gauze and some things in her womb. When she got home, after some time, she realized that she was having pain. She went back to the hospital, and all the hospital did was to give her antibiotics. And when the hospital gave her antibiotics, she went home. Later, she felt the pain again. She came back. They realized that her womb was rotting away, so they had to take it out without her permission, and they didn't even tell her. She only found out later with her husband. And when they raised the issue, HeFRA was supposed to deal with the issue. What did they do? Did they investigate? Did they finish? Manasseh Azuri and his fourth estate, they asked for the report through RTI. When we talk, they say, oh, there's RTI. Go and write and ask for information. When you write, sometimes they don't give you the information. What has HeFRA got to hide? So a court, the RTI commission slapped a 30,000 fine on HeFRA. They could have just given the report. They refused to give it. They paid 30,000. Is that causing financial loss to the state? Can we hold Dr. Bano's foot to the fire? I don't know. I'm only asking my questions. Now the woman is without a womb. and there has not been any closure to the matter. Since there's one with the letterhead, the advocates for, so put it up for me quickly. We don't have too much time, so that we can get to read that. We'll read it together, and then we will find out if what really is happening at HeFRA. And I'll show you the attendance sheets today. Today, I'll show you the attendance sheets today. The attendance sheets today, I will show you. The Fourth Estate has requested for information, but the request was ignored. The Right to Information Commission wanted an explanation from the Health Facilities Regulatory Agency, HeFRA, on why it refused to grant the information. Put the thing up there. But the health regulator again did not respond. For its intransigence, the RTI Commission has penalized HeFRA with a 30,000 Ghana cedis fine. The institution mandated to license health facilities in the country will have to cough out the amount within 14 days. This is in the Commission's first punitive measures against a state institution for failing to release information to an applicant and sold cold shouldering the Commission for committing a mirror image of HeFRA's offense. The Commission recently slapped on the Ghana National Fire Service a 50,000 fine, etc. So this is evidence. There's a letterhead, a petition that was written by an advocacy group. Excuse, it's there. Find it for me. Yes. This is it. This is what we're looking for. Now, it's to the registrar, HeFRA, Accra, dated the 16th of January, 2020. And this matter, I'm telling you, happened in 2019. It is through the Ashanti Regional Coordinator. It says, dear sir, report on suspected incidents of medical malpractice, County Hospital, Kumasi. Where the thing happened is County Hospital, Kumasi. Dr. Bannon knows what I'm talking about. And I'm sad to be reminding the woman of her pain today because she doesn't have a womb as we speak because of medical negligence. And closure has not been brought. She has not been properly compensated. We write for and on behalf of Mrs. Mary Efrifa Yeboah, an alleged visitor of your hospital or malpractice, whom we are currently assisting to seek justice and have instruction. It's quite faint, so you can't read everything. But essentially, I've told you what the story is. So now, if we can penalize people, and yesterday I mentioned that HeFRA is supposed to be a regulatory authority. So they are supposed to be abiding by the standards. If they are falling short of the standards, there's a problem. Now, sisters, there's an attendance list. This matter, I'll put it in the fridge. We'll come back to it. There's an attendance list. We start from January and come all the way down to December of 2022. I have every single document of it. HeFRA, the fact that you threaten the people is what has... Why are you threatening the people for pointing out what is wrong? And I say, I'll ask the question, have people been recruited on partisan political lines? And do they come to work at all to do what work they are earning salaries for? And if they do not come, what punitive measures have been put at them? Yesterday, I read to you some memos, queries that have been written to people. Sisters, let's see the thing. The attendance sheets, please. Let's see the attendance sheets. And then let's see how HeFRA now explains to us how people absent themselves from work, some up to 5 months, some up to 3 months, without explanation, without proper authorization. And yet they are paid and nothing happens to them. They are untouchable because they are connected to political power and authority. I don't understand. I don't understand. And you know this bad habit of people in positions like HeFRA, we saw the Controller Accountant General recently, they all go and contest for primaries, MPP primaries. And they don't resign from their positions. They go and test the waters. When it doesn't work, then they come back. This one I'm talking about, Dr. Bano, it happened in 2023. That was when the by-elections was held, right? 2023. That was when the by-elections was held. 2023. They stay in office. They do not resign. They hold on to power. And then they go and contest for power. They go and test the waters. If it doesn't work, then they come back. What is what are our elders teaching us? What exactly are our elders teaching us? Please put up the attendance sheet for me. What are our elders teaching us? Our elders, what exactly are they teaching us? Are they teaching us to be greedy or to be selfish? Are they teaching us to hold on to things while we still fight for things? Can one man eat everything? I'm asking, can one man eat everything? Can one man alone eat everything? There's a bit of a technical challenge at the back end, but we're trying to sort it out. But can one man eat everything? It's a question that must be asked. I will bring you details of procurements that have been done at HeFRA. I will bring you the recruitments that have been done at HeFRA. And I'll bring you certain infractions that have been done at HeFRA. I'm on the case of Mrs. Mary HeFRA Yeboah. She has not gotten closure. She has lost her womb, and she's not the only one. There are many other people in this country who, through medical negligence, have either lost their womb, have lost their limb, have lost their sight, have lost their hearing, have lost many things, and it is as if everything is okay. We are okay with everything that goes, everything. And yet, I will tell you about hospitals that do not meet the standards, who have been giving endorsement by HeFRA. I'll tell you. Now, the question I want to ask is, the human resource manager at HeFRA, is she qualified to be there? I'm asking a question.
92.7.
The HR at HeFRA, is she qualified to be there? Per public services, standards, is she qualified to be there? I understand that you are supposed to be there for 5 years. Is she a relative of Dr. Bano? I'm asking, is she a relative of Dr. Bano? Was she head of HR before she got to do her master's degree? I'm only asking questions. If you have answers, bring them. And you are intimidating people for speaking the truth. We will continue tomorrow. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691